Hi and welcome back to Larand Gaming, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. I am Larand, and yes, it's merchant time again. This time it's a Christmas special, or at least I hope it is. I'm expecting there's supposed to be something fun maybe at the merchant, so let's combine the two. I just did the advent calendar over there at the cinnamon house, and now we're gonna do the merchant also. It's been a while, it's gonna be great, yeah, first of all, let's take a closer look at the community, just as usual, and then we will move on to what we actually get from the merchant. Alright. And here we have it, the Wandering Merchant has arrived in Port Jackson, and it's Christmas 2024. Alright, so let's go check the reactions first, as always. Pretty crowded. I see, something that seems to be expensive, 1200 charge. Alright, new rod. Interesting. 1200 is insanity. Yeah, it's pretty steep. Or never mind. Alright, well, let's go check it out. So we do have actually a new rod, but we also have the Void's Core. Allows you to fish in void ponds without any debuffs. Reading speed 15%, rarity chance 35%. Price 250 charge. The new rod we're gonna check last. We do have the penguin boat. Yeah, it's a penguin. It has a maximum health of 1100 and a speed of 250. It also has a specialty with additional reeling speed up to 50 and a price of 465 charge. And then we of course need to check the new rod. What is it? Christmas Bauble Rod. Rarity chance 30%. Christmas fish chance 5%. Mutation chance 30%. Strength 10%. Reeling speed 15%. That's a strange one. Unique modifier here. Christmas fish chance. Price 1200 charge. Oh, yeah, that's that's a price on its own. Alright. Okay, so I think we're actually gonna start with the most interesting rod and not wait until the end of the video. So we're just gonna start directly with the Christmas Bauble Rod, because I think this is the one that most players has questions about, especially since it has this hefty price of 1200 charge. So this is what it looks like. We're gonna go into the free camera, as always. And yeah, it's a good looking rod, definitely. It has a Christmas theme and unique abilities, which, well, we're gonna take a look at those also, of course. We're gonna go into the dark, let's see, over here, and see if anything emits any light or has some special effect or glow. As you can see, it's very dark in here, but there is something glowing. So you have some special effect. I go into the free camera. Looks like that. If we throw the bobber away, you will still see actually that the rod itself has some kind of glow, but it doesn't emit any light. We can also check the bobber itself. Let's see if we can just put it over there in the dark. Hopefully it won't roll away. It rolled away. New attempt. Here we go. This is better. So go into the free camera again. just to look what the bobber looks like. Yeah, so it has some special unique effect to it. Kind of cool, a little bit dark, but yeah, that's what it looks like. We can check also if something changes in the water. In the water it becomes pretty dark, to be honest. No colors or anything like that. And in terms of this special ability, 5% to catch Christmas fish. Let's go into the skins, just to read it once more. So we have this, Christmas fish chance 5%. This is a unique modifier, so just to show you what this actually means. Since there is Christmas ongoing right now with this event, you can get Christmas fish over here. But the thing is that with this rod, you're still gonna be able to get those limited fishes. So we're gonna go, let's go somewhere else. We're not gonna use any Christmas baits or anything. So I think we're gonna go over to Barrow Dunes. Yeah, because that's not a place where we have Christmas, right? We're gonna go down here to the oasis, just to see if we can catch a Christmas fish here. We're gonna go underneath the water, and we're just gonna wait to see if we can get a Christmas fish. So it should be 5% chance. So we're just gonna stand here and wait for a while. And here we have it. Yes, we have a Christmas fish. Actually, it's a new fish variation too. That's awesome. Alright, so basically what this rod gives you, it gives you a chance to get those Christmas fishes without any Christmas baits. I don't think it's the fishes that is currently in those ice cubes. You know, these ones that you have here. The cold fin fishes and such. It's those that you can get from the Christmas baits that I have at least seen. So in this case I got this Santa song. And those are the ones that you get if you use a specific bait that you have during Christmas. And we can scroll down just to show you what that bait looks like. It's this gingerbread bait, basically. So if you use this bait, you can get those fishes. Alright. But that's not all, of course. This rod has more things that is, well, a little bit special, because if we go into the skins again, we have, first of all, we have a high percent of rarity chance. It's not the highest, but it's still very high. It also has 30% mutation chance. This is actually pretty massive. As I recall it, it's the highest mutation chance that you can currently get on a rod. You can correct me if I'm right, right or wrong down in the comment, but I think this is the highest one. It's the Crystal Skull rod that is, or was, the highest before this rod. So that's good. We have 10% strength. Then there is a bug. I can't scroll currently further down. It's supposed to say reeling speed down here also. There's something with the user interface currently. So even if I mean I can go and check the follow rod, for instance. So if I type in follow rod, as you can see, I can't scroll down to see everything. So they have done something, well, they have done changes and updates with the user interface, the UI, and yeah, it's, well, it has messed a few things up here. At least for me, with my screen resolution. So I run this in 2K resolution, and it's not really working that well. So it should say it's something, I can't remember what it was actually down here, but it doesn't matter. But basically it also has this reeling speed. The price is very high, but at the same time, this is more like an item to those that I would say if you sort of want it for free, you're most likely gonna get it for free if you dedicate a lot of time in the game and prioritize specific items from the merchant. Because seeing how often or how rare you get new items from the merchant, you got plenty of time to actually start collecting shards at any time of the year. So who knows? I don't know when the next item, or I should say the next new item at the merchant will arrive. Maybe during Easter or something. So, you know, during Easter you're gonna hear, well, it's too expensive, but the thing is that it's now you start to save up if you don't want to spend the Robux and buy the shards. So that's how you do it basically. I have tried this rod myself quite a lot. I have taken a few thousand fishes with it. I didn't want to rush this because, well, it is an expensive rod, so I want to have like a decent opinion about it and not just guess. And I think it does give a fair amount of mutations. I've seen, well, since I don't have the crystal skull rod myself, this is by far the best rod for me when it comes to mutation. However, it does lack this additional baby and huge chance that I'm used to have with the key to the city, which is the index reward over in Port Jackson. And I also use Cephala rod so much that I'm starting to get a little bit, I would say, spoiled, getting better chances to get huge and baby size fishes. And when you have an update that really focuses a lot on, you know, you have weight now. I haven't covered that actually in like an update video, but now you have weight, and having weight is actually really fun. I like it a lot. And the thing is that you really want to be able to catch largest fish. That's really what you want to do, because they look great. Just take a look at this one. This one is huge. I really love this, and it just makes it so much more fun to see what everyone is catching. It doesn't keep this size, by the way, in the aquarium, so it becomes like a normal fish when you put it in there. But still, to me, getting a huge size fish now means way more. And this is just a normal huge, by the way. It's with no mutations or anything. So I kind of value huge and baby size fish more today than I did before. I'm not really chasing index reward or anything like that, but this is kind of fun. And if you already have a rod like Cephala rod, I would still actually use Cephala rod, to be honest, because the chance of also getting Amidas mutations, which is just awesome, I miss that a lot when I have used this Christmas rod. Even though I have never actually gotten Amidas, I still want to have the chance to get it, and I can't get it with this rod, so that's a little bit of a downside. But at the same time, you have this unique ability to get the Christmas fish at any time of the year. That's really good. That's fantastic, actually. But sure, 5%, you're not gonna get it that often, of course, because yeah, it's as you saw during this short time lapse when I tried to get one, it took a while. But yeah, unique ability, I think it's great. Is it worth the money? I would say it depends. As a new player, I wouldn't really care that much, to be honest, about it. But if you have been and are playing this game, like, you know, a lot, and just collects everything, well, of course, you should have it. But I don't think we're gonna see that many uses it that frequently, like a Cephala rod, for instance. And that's why I think this is not really as good as a Cephala rod. But yeah, now I'm just starting to ramble. That's at least my opinion about it. But we're gonna continue. We must continue. There's another rod also here. We have this, let's see, we're gonna go to the next one. So we have this Void's Core. This one is a little bit more straightforward. It has more reeling speed, 15%. It has 35% rarity chance. 2 great stats, and it also allows you to catch the Void Pond fish without any debuffs. And regarding that debuff, if you have tried to fish in a Void Pond during Void Storm, so if you have a Void Storm, you have sometimes like a little dark dot on the map, could be basically more or less anywhere in the ocean, and you try to fish with a regular rod, it takes ages. It's really painful, and you can also do the same thing over in Ocean 2, the Timeless Tides, but that's not Void Ponds. So then this rod solves it basically. You can fish and reel in regular speed. This helps a lot, especially when you try to work on the weatherfish index rewards, because otherwise fishing in void ponds, I can't really recommend it because it's just so extremely slow. So this is a good rod, definitely. But for regular fishing, well, there are better alternatives, of course, but this is just designed basically to deal with those void ponds, so it's quite easy to say that, yeah, use this one whenever you have a void pond that you want to deal with. So it's a real good rod. Looks great, by the way. We can go into the free camera. We haven't done that. It's pretty dark, but still some really cool effect up here in the top. I like that one a lot. But yeah, we can also check what the bobber looks like. So that's stuck in here in the corner. Let's try that again. And it went through the ground. Well, that's not really helping, is it? Well, you can still see what part I actually throw away, so no more black hole here in the rod. Oh, here it is, like a small little planet that I'm trying to chase. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a cool effect. It's a very unique and special bobber, I must say. Really great. And back to Port Jackson, and it's time to talk about the penguin boat. Absolutely, the penguin boat, this one. Price 465 charge. This is the fastest boat in the game. In terms of being driving like a straight line. It's like a dragster basically. And it also adds this additional reeling speed of up to 50, which is just fantastic. It's a really good boat when it comes to fishing fast. Everything that it does is really fast, maybe except for turning. It's a little bit slower than some other fast boats, but still really good. I'm gonna check the customization. I'm not gonna change really any of the colors. I'm not gonna save it, at least. I have my own color scheme on it, but we have the blush, as you can see here, the beak here in the back, primary color. As you can see, you can change those. Go back. You have the monocle string. You can give it a bright color. You can see the string to the monocle. Now it's on the opposite side, of course, making it hard to see. But we're soon going to be able to see it. I think you saw it earlier, but yeah, that's the monocle string. We're going to go back, and then we have the eyes. And the top hat band. It's this part over here. We can make it red. You can clearly see it. Monocle frame. Again, it's on the opposite side, but you can see the frame here. Top hat main. Pretty straightforward also. You have the light. So this is colored light. So if you turn the light on, you will have the same kind of color of that light that emits on the water. It's going to be the same color as whatever you choose here. This is a good feature. I like colored lights. The secondary color is also pretty obvious what that is. And then, as always, we have a horn. We're gonna go back. I'm not gonna save anything, but we're gonna equip it because we need to test it out. And here we have it. So this is a really fast boat. Extremely good if you rush for chests, if you don't decide to go by balloon. Balloon is, of course, like an instant travel between islands, except for Monsters Burrow. Yeah, really good in terms of top speed. As you can see, turning isn't the fastest, but it's still not bad. It's just that there are faster alternatives. So I think when it comes to a battle like Moby Wood, when you want to turn around pretty fast, it's not the best. But then again, this is more for, I would say, grabbing some treasure chests and fishing. So maybe not the best one for Moby Wood. Still, it does work. Absolutely, no doubt. But yeah, that's basically it. And that's the colored light, as you can see. You turn on this monocle, and as you saw earlier, I had blue color. And that's also what we're gonna see here. It's really cool. I like it. We're gonna go also and check how long it takes to make a 360 turn, like I do with all the boats. So we're gonna go up here. That's the normal place where I test doing a 360 turn. We're gonna position ourselves here. Just gonna make sure that we won't get attacked by any sharks or orcas. I think it looks good. Yeah, and we're gonna just start the timer and see how long it takes to make this 360 turn. there we have it. Oh, and that's my telephone. Be right back. And yes, while I was away, we actually got Void Storm. What a coincidence. So this is actually what the Void Pond looks like on the map that I was trying to explain earlier. And yeah, we can actually try it out right now. And yeah, we got some Void Hammerheads. We need to take care of those, of course, first. And then we can try the rod. So let's see if we can circle around a little bit. Here also I can feel that circling and making sharp turns isn't really the best on this boat. It works, I mean it works, it does really work, but it's not as efficient. But yeah, here we have it. We can, yeah, let's try it out. I think I'm gonna get new variations pretty often. I don't really fish that often in these void ponds. And as you can see, I got a new fish variation right away. I should fish way more often in those void ponds, to be honest. But really fast reeling speed with this rod helps a ton, actually, when it comes to these void ponds. So from that perspective, I would say it's really worth it. We get a new fish variation again. That really proves how little I have been fishing here. So yeah, really cool. Let's see if, well, we can actually compare. So if we go back now to, let's say we take the Cephala rod, for instance, which is, I mean, it's a really good rod. But here we're gonna see how long it takes. So we have something to reel, and now we have this penalty. And this penalty you have on every other rod. So now it takes a lot of time to actually reel this fish. And this is kind of frustrating. So that's why this Void's Core rod is really good. Love it. And basically, if you want to fish in a void pond, have this rod. Not the Cephala rod, but the Void's Core. Such a huge difference. Actually, I'm gonna stand there for a while to fish while it actually lasts, because I think I need a few of these fishes. I have a lot of homework to do when it comes to these void ponds. Another new variation. Nice. Another new variation. Very nice. Another new variation. Feels like I'm cheating or something. It goes so fast to get new variations in the beginning when you haven't sort of done your homework. And yeah, now this void pond is gone and we need to wait for a new one to appear on the map. But still, yeah, really good rod when it comes to the void ponds. So I have already talked about a little bit what I think about the different items already, of course, and I still do think I need to have some kind of conclusion for everything, because this week is expensive. This week is very expensive. But I mean, of course, it's gonna be expensive if you ever decide to actually buy something. Okay, so I know I already mentioned a little bit about conclusions already, but still, which item is the item that I like the most? It's such a huge variety of items. Whoa, that went fast. But they are also very different, because the penguin over there, that is a little bit stuck, it's really good to use when just fishing all over the place outdoors, I should say. You can't use them inside SFAs, special fishing areas, of course, but it's a very useful boat. Absolutely. This rod is extremely useful when it comes to the void ponds, but how often do you have the void ponds? Well, not really that often. You even have to wait for the event to arrive, so you're not gonna probably use it that often, I would say. And then we have the most expensive rod in the game, the Christmas Bauble Rod, with a unique modifier, 5% Christmas fish chance. It's unique in itself. Question is, how much are you gonna use it? How much do you really want to have the Christmas fish? probably not the main focus here, to be honest. I think it's gonna be more focused around how much mutation chance you can get, for instance. Because this one is the highest that you have in the game, and this modifier is unique in itself, and the rarity chance is still very high. I don't think you're gonna use it that much, and the fact also that you have a Christmas theme on it could feel a little bit weird to run around with a Christmas rod, well, at the wrong time of the season. You can of course use the forge over in Ocean 2. I have a separate video showing how you can actually change skin of different rods, but then again, should you really have to do that? I'm not sure. To me, it doesn't really feel right though. How can I really give a good conclusion of what item I really like the most? I think the penguin boat would be the one that you will use most frequently if you buy any of these items at the merchant. This one is really useful in most situations. You can rush for chests so you can get a huge stack of gems faster. This one is really fun to just race around with. You can use it in basically any situation in the game. You can fight Kraken with it, Moby, regular hunting, as you saw earlier when I took down void hammerheads. I mean, it just works, and then you have this very fast reeling speed together with it, makes it really useful when it comes to everyday fishing. So because of that, I think the penguin boat is the best choice here. But if you are working hard with weather fishes, I think it's kind of mandatory to have the Void's core, that fishing rod, because you do not want to get to the Void ponds without that rod and try to get a fish index reward and work with fish index without that rod, because it just takes ages basically. So that's the case where I would choose that rod instead. So I don't really think the Christmas Bauble Rod is gonna be the winner, to be honest. It's good, but it's not what I would say it requires to be like outstanding to justify the price. The Leviathan Axe, which is cheaper, you have so much more benefits from it. Then I think that axe is way more worth it. And if you ever consider the Cephalo rod, I think that one is something that you will use more often than any other rod. I know I'm just going back and forth talking about the same things over and over again, so it's gonna be a long episode, but that's really my opinion. Still like the fact that we do have a new merchant item, because we don't get that every day, and I think it's good that you have something to actually spend charge on if you want to. Short version, penguin boat, that's the one that I would spend my charge on first. Then I think there would be another different battle between this Christmas Bauble Rod and the Void's core. There are no rewards if you get all Christmas fishes, which is kind of sad in a way, because if there was a reward, then I think this rod would have been more attractive. Yeah, that's gonna be my final conclusion. Alright, I think we're done for now, alright? Yeah, I just felt like I need to talk a lot about this, because I know there are others that is, well, they are really following my recommendations, and I don't want to make hasty conclusions. That's why I talk so much right now. It's a lot of money if you decide to buy the charge. Alright. Well, in any case, that was all I had for you today. If you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. Like this video if you would like to see more content from Fishing Simulator. Please subscribe, and yes, have a nice day. Bye everyone.